The Love Talk Show on Liberty Radio.
A very good evening to all of you, once again with the Love Talk Show. And today coming directly from the Love Therapy session, where we learned many things, but there were two main things that you are not going to share now, because it will be the question that we are going to ask everyone to tell us if they kept in their minds.
But I can say something. We learned how to love intelligently.
Yeah. Good evening to the couple who is here with us.
Good evening, Pastor. Good evening, everyone.
And if you were not in the love therapy today, I have to tell you that you lost a very important service. I know that you are going to have a new opportunity next Thursday, but this one, people, they were learning special hints. And Moyo, please, not sharing the main theme. There are some who are listening or watching us at this very moment on their way out to do their homes, or sometimes they already got home, and there were important teachings who helped this person to develop as a human being, as a husband, as a wife, as a person, to succeed.
Exactly, Pastor. There were some very important, not only nice, but important tips that were shared for singles, for couples, something that can be applied very often, and something that can bless.
Controlling.
Something that can bless a marriage, Pastor.
Well, if you know what that is, you have our chat open, so you can go there, Liberty Radio, and type there what you remember for the service and what was the main theme throughout this love therapy.
Hey, you who are at home right now and would like to use your time to learn about intelligent love, see how easy it is. The doors of the Love Therapy are always open on Facebook, Instagram, and Telegram. We await you.
And Andrea, insecurities, now talking about insecurities, are one of the reasons that are impeding people or being used as a huge obstacle that are not allowing people to take the step that is necessary for themselves to overcome.
Insecurity can bring jealousy, right? Can bring jealousy. For example, insecurity will make me be suspicious. We were talking about that these days, even Tuesday, this week. And it can really ruin a marriage or a relationship, because when you don't trust the person, how are you going to have a relationship and become one with that person?
We had a good example today in the service where we received 2 flowers. Do you remember?
I do.
Yes, Pastor.
Nice.
One that was in a very good condition, and the other one who was not. And we received a very important lesson out of it, correct?
We did, and we were reminded that the it's not the plant's responsibility to take care of itself, or how the outcome of it or how it develops is not on the plant. It's on the person that owns the plant. So the person has to invest every single day watering the plant, or as many times as necessary. Even if it's just a little bit, small actions, it makes a huge difference. And we learned about it in the context of a relationship as well. So for instance, those who are married, I don't know if I'm giving away too much, but
No, you can continue.
Okay.
You can continue.
small steps, small investments every day. You know, it doesn't have to be a big thing, because I was even thinking as well, imagine now if you haven't watered the plant for a year and then all of a sudden you come with a bucket of water to water the plant. It's not going to do anything. It's going to do more harm than good. But just small steps, things that are important to a person's spouse, to invest, to treat them with care, and then they'll blossom.
We've learned exactly this, that sometimes the small things are the ones that make all the difference.
Exactly, and the small things don't cost much. It's usually the things that are free of charge. For example, a compliment, asking your spouse how their day was. You know, things that are simple yet effective. And, you know, it may be something that is, a person's not used to doing, but investing every day will help that relationship, that marriage to blossom, Pastor.
And this is where comes the main theme of our love life, our love therapy session.
Can we say it now?
Today's one. No. Let's watch this video and we'll be back.
Stories we love to share. Today's episode, How to Self-Sabotage. Insecurity is a common feeling that can profoundly affect people's lives. It manifests in different ways, like low self-esteem, anxiety, a fear of failure, and hesitation in making important decisions. Insecure people often doubt their abilities and fear exposing themselves to the judgment of others. This can then lead to self-sabotaging behavior, which paralyzes their personal and professional lives, preventing growth and innovation. This phenomenon affects individuals and can bring about a devastating impact on companies and enterprises. When business leaders are dominated by insecurity, this can result in poor decision-making or an inability to act at crucial moments, which can then lead to monumental business failures. Here are 3 companies that, despite being at the forefront of innovation or possessing enormous potential, went bankrupt due to their leaders lacking belief in their creations. In third place, Friendster, one of the first social networks, was hampered by the founders' reluctance to expand the platform. A lack of trust and vision allowed competitors like Facebook to dominate the market, thus leading to Friendster's closure in 2011. In second place, Blockbuster did not believe in the future of streaming and rejected the opportunity to buy Netflix. The insecurity in adopting new technologies resulted in the company going bankrupt in 2010, whilst Netflix has since prospered. In first place, Kodak, the inventor of the first digital camera, was hesitant to invest in the technology for fear of cannibalizing its photographic film products. The insecurity in embracing innovation led to its bankruptcy in 2012, despite its potential to lead the digital market. These examples illustrate how insecurity can paralyze innovation and cause the downfall of large companies. Likewise, in personal relationships, a lack of trust and fear of taking action can create barriers to communication and impede joint growth. Whether in business or in love, overcoming insecurities is essential to achieving true potential and avoiding the collapse of valuable connections.
And this is how sometimes people, they lose so many good opportunities. Fear and insecurity impede them to take the right step and not reaching what they want the most. And sometimes it's there, it's available, is just the simple step of doing it.
And simple steps like details. While we were talking about insecurity and how to take care of the loved one, our spouse, I was thinking about the details that we're talking about. For example, the person feels insecure because the husband doesn't offer something like a bunch of roses, or a nice and expensive perfume. Oh, he doesn't love me, but doesn't pay attention to the small details, the days that he calls her, how are you doing? Oh, she doesn't pay attention to that, for example, because she wants the expensive perfume, the clothes. But for example, in our marriage, you are not the person of a person to, you are not used to give flowers. You are not used to, can I disclose this?
Why not?
You are not the type of, because it's a good example. You are not the type of person of giving flowers. I was here talking to our beautiful couple and saying that I remember the times in 26 years that I got flowers. But I also remember the small details, the small little things, but very important that you used to say. To tell me, for example, I love you every day. You used to tell me that, and until today he does. He calls me, are you okay? Are you lost? Because I'm very distracted. Where? Do you need help? So this shows appreciation, care and love. So don't go for the big things or feel insecure because your husband doesn't do this or that. Pay attention to the small details and learn how to value the person that you have by your side.
Well, I would like to share with you this real story of someone who overcame. So pay attention and we'll be back.
When I saw my ex on social media with another woman, my whole world collapsed. I was in my bedroom and it felt like the walls were caving in. I ran out my house. I hadn't even brushed my teeth. I was wearing my nightgown and I hadn't combed my hair. I was feeling so depressed. I was feeling so low that I ran out. I found myself at Lidl's supermarket on the floor crying. It was a very hard moment for me. I came from a single parent family, and because of this, it caused a lot of problems inside of me. I was very sad. I was very depressed. And it caused me to feel alone. I tried to fill my void inside by getting into a lot of relationships. And I was in relationships back to back to back. And that caused a lot of depression, a lot of anxiety. It caused a lot of stress in my life to the point where I ended up going to a doctor who referred me to counselling and said I was clinically depressed at that point. The counselling didn't work for me, but I still tried to do things in my own way. I still tried to find relationships to fill this void. And when I was in these relationships, at first they would start off very, very good. We would have good times in the beginning, but for some reason they will always end up in a broken relationship. It didn't work out. And because of this, my depression got worse and worse. I'd find myself in my bedroom sometimes, just sitting there thinking about my life and how bad my life was. Even to the point where at a time I took lots of tablets just to try to take away the pain that I felt inside of me. But the tablets didn't work. Nothing seemed to work. But then I got into a relationship with somebody who I thought was going to be my everything. We were in a relationship for about a year, and that relationship started off very, very good. We met each other's family. It was a very nice relationship. And then out of the blue, all of a sudden, he said he didn't want me anymore. He wanted to break up with me. I couldn't understand why he wanted to break up with me. So I asked him several times and he just kept saying the relationship is over. And then a few days later, I checked his social media page and I saw him with another woman. And because of this, my whole world collapsed. And it caused my depression to be even worse, to the point where I left my home without combing my hair. I had my nightgown on and I went to Lidl's and I sat on the floor and I started crying. When I found myself on the floor crying, I decided to get up and walk around Lidl. I saw a sign that said Help Centre, so I banged on the door very hard. I really needed help at that point, but the door wouldn't open. So I went back round to Lidl and sat on the floor and cried. And then I heard somebody say to me, "Excuse me, miss, you need help." She grabbed my arm and she pulled me to the help centre. I looked at the sign and I said, "I've already tried to get in here." She said, "The door is open. You must come in." And when I came in, I spoke to an assistant who told me her testimony. I said to myself, if God can bless her life, God can also bless mine. She encouraged me to attend services. She encouraged me to attend Wednesdays and Fridays and Sundays. So I decided to take her advice on and attend those services. And as I was attending, I realized that only God can fill this void inside of me. And in order for God to fill this void inside of me, the same effort that I gave to the men is the same effort that I needed to give to God, and even more. As I started to come to the church, I realized that I needed to give my all to God. I had to give up a lot of things in order to give my all to God. So there was a wonderful opportunity and the campaign of faith came around. And I said to myself, I'm going to give my all. I'm going to give my everything, because I had realized that this void inside of me was because I did not have the Holy Spirit. And I really wanted to receive the Holy Spirit so I would not feel empty inside of me. When the campaign came, I gave up all the negativity that I had inside of me, the grudges, the hatred that I had for men. Everything inside of me that was destroying me, I said, I'm not going to keep it there anymore. I'm going to give it all up. When I came down from the altar, I said to myself, I will not leave this building, this church, without the Holy Spirit. And I came down from the altar and I seeked the Holy Spirit. I seeked God. I seeked His presence. I asked for Him to come inside of me. And that is when I received the Holy Spirit. And what a wonderful transformation it was. Everything that I had inside of me had gone. The void, the emptiness, the grudges, the hatred, everything inside of me was gone. And I knew at that point that God was with me. It was such a wonderful moment in my life, and I'll never ever forget that moment. Today, with the Holy Spirit, I am a completely different person. I am happy. I am joyful. I don't feel stress anymore. I don't feel any of those negative feelings that I used to feel in the past. So with the Holy Spirit, I met my husband.
When I met my wife, I was in a church about 3 years. I had a lot of addiction because my past was very bad. I used to sleep with a lot of women before as well. I started attending the service. I used to read the Bible. I learned how to sacrifice. When I met Charlene, she started attending the service because I was in the church before. When we started dating, we started coming to the love therapy together, and we started evangelize together. We started do the visit together. All these things we done all together, and also we have the same goals.
I never thought I could get married. I never thought I would have a complete family. But God really transformed my life. And here I am today with a family, a complete family. I have my husband, I have my son, and we are all very, very happy.
Because the Holy Spirit and the Universal Church make us to build a strong family, and we are being together today.
And today I will say that even though I have a husband and I have a son, they are not my everything. Without the Holy Spirit inside of me, I would not be complete. It's the Holy Spirit inside of me that makes me complete.
And that's it. This is what happens when a person, I can even say, humbles himself, because going to the door, asking for help, submitting herself to put into practice what she was told to. And today it's wonderful when we see the results. And sometimes, Moyo, there's people now watching us, And we have no idea how much they are suffering because of their love life, because of their disappointments. Maybe at this very moment we have someone that found us online, but they also found the spouse or the boy or girlfriend was involved with the third party, and maybe this person is feeling exactly the same thing that she was.
And we can see that this testimony here is sharing how things were before, because she was able to overcome, and now she's happy. And it's the same case with those who are listening. Maybe you are listening right now and you can relate to the beginning of her testimony, to the sad part of her testimony, and maybe it's even caused within you insecurities. Maybe you feel like that all hope is lost, but it's not. There is a way out. There is a hope for the future, and there is an opportunity for this marriage to be reunited, to be better. And also, if it's a single, there's an opportunity for them to heal and find someone who is of God.
You should remember that she said when she was talking with the assistant, she shared the testimony.
Exactly,
She explained what had happened in her life, and this was giving her the strength to say, my life can also be different.
Mm-hmm. It was like it awakened the faith inside of her, which reminds me as well of what we heard today, because if a person doesn't believe that things can happen for them, then it's kind of difficult. But when a person believes, they hear what can happen, they believe in it, they're willing to do what's needed. Even like she said, based on the advice of the assistant, she said come in certain days, she followed because she had that faith.
And all of this will, is focusing the word that Bishop was talking today, laziness, correct?
Yes, Pastor.
And no one likes to talk about this, and sometimes no one wants to admit this. But the truth is, if you know what you can do to change your life and you are not doing, Andrea, what is this person allowing to happen in his or her life?
It's a matter of faith, and Bishop was also bringing that up this evening. He was talking, everything is about faith. And I was thinking while you were commenting, it's a chain of faith, because the assistant that was counseling her gave her testimony. Mm-hmm. Now she's sharing it with us, the testimony, and people are going to share with us eventually the testimony. But you have to be part of this chain of faith, being there at home, just listening to us, and you have been benefited. You have been benefited with whatever you have been listening, with the prayers, with everything. But for you to be part of this chain of faith, you have to put it into practice. So come and join us, because for us to have a reaction, we have to act. To have a reaction of whatever we are doing, we have to act upon something. And that action of faith will bring results for sure.
Well, the Love Talk Show is getting the end. Just reminding that on the 14th of September, we are going to have the Love Walk Kennington Park that will start 1 p.m. I say bye, and I leave you with another song that was prepared for our youth group here in UK. Bye-bye.
You're the one that I seek, my missing piece. No matter the faults, I know you're the one for me. So I lay it down. Once was lost, now found. The only thing that I see. Purchase your tracks today. I need you more than ever. You're my light when the sun goes down. I will always remember how you turned my life around. Keep us together. Keep us together. 'Cause in you we won't go down, 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 down. I need you more than ever. You're my light when the sun goes down. I will always remember how you turned my life around. Lord, please keep us together. 'Cause in you all love was found.
showed me, the way that you told me you'll never leave my side. I know that you love me, I know that you care, and I'ma hold your hand to the very end.
I need you more than ever. You're my light when the sun goes down. I will always remember how you turn my life around. And Lord, please keep us together. Cause in you we won't go down, 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 down. I need you more than ever. You're my light when the sun goes down. I will always remember how you turn my life around. And Lord, please keep us together. Cause in you all love was found.
I made this vow with you. It's only your love that sees me through. If I wanna see today, my life could be complete with all your love. When I see today, my life could be complete with all your love. Your love is all around. Your love come up onto me. Your love is all around. Your love come to about in me. I want you more. I need you more. I need your love. Love one. That is where I receive your love. I made this vow with you. It's only